So good afternoon, everyone. Hopefully, with my headphones in, the audio will be a little bit better. But moving on from previous videos, I want to talk about the actions in which we are slow to take, and then also the actions we're fearful to take, and in retrospect, the ones that we never took to begin with. And one second, sip of coffee. I got my vodka mug here. A little good motor oil. So, all that good stuff. Kind of keeping a thing for Star Wars memorabilia is a quote I like to use from Yoda. Do or do not. Try not. And what the Jedi Master means by that is when you're pursuing a task, a goal, seeking an accomplishment, you either do it or you don't. Yet, stop trying. And by that, and I like saying that as well, merely because when you try something, subconsciously you place in your mind that there is that inevitable sense of failure. And worrying about that failure is the downfall of trying something. So when you wish to accomplish a goal, think back on like maybe a book you started and never finished. Would you consider that a failure, or would you consider that as a tabled objective, like something that was put on the back burner? And it comes down to perception, really, but at the same time, what we have to realize is that trying something is really setting ourselves up for a downfall, so to speak. And the reason why I say this is because there's multiple opportunities for failure in any given thing. However, that failure is needed in the retrospective growth. And we'll get into this in just a little bit. I kind of totally forgot that we need to get grounding first, don't we? So, whilst on that concept of trying and accepting that failure, let's also let go of those false beliefs that we have failed in something. So, just a little bit of goodness. Plant your feet. Take your breaths. Today, let's not over-envelop and stress our lungs. Just normal, conscious breathing. Something that you would be naturally doing. So, breathe. And keep breathing. In through your nose, out through your mouth. Grounded to the earth. and centered within yourself. Allowing the energy to flow beneath your feet and from the cosmos above and beyond. It's natural breaths. Nothing tedious, nothing strenuous. Natural breathing to allow for natural healing, natural energy. No trying to manipulate forces. No trying to obtain a goal. No trying to meditate. Just being still, being grounded, and breathing. It is a marvelous thing to allow oneself to focus on breathing. Natural breaths, easy flow, open to the energies surrounding us. So while you're sitting there, breathing, allow yourself to realize we are still breathing. We are still here. We are still able. There's many things in life that pass us by when we stress, worry, obsess. Why not take a moment to be still, breathe, and allow your mind to be at ease. Be connected to nature. Be connected to yourself. Be connected to the world around you and the worlds beyond. All things flow through this quiet ebbing of the natural order. And as we're breathing, allow that peace, that stillness, that light, that energy, the love that is surrounding all of us. Let it flow through you just as easily as breathing. Take a moment away from the sound of my voice. No thoughts, no actions, just breathe. Connected to all there is, all there was, and all there will be. Simply by breathing. And as we continue to breathe, allow each breath to bring you back centered, to bring you back whole, to bring you back healed, and bring you back to a peaceful mind. Allow yourself to rise from the tensions of the day, the tensions of the world, the tensions of the space around you. And with each natural breath, cleanse those worries, cleanse those woes, and be at peace. Some good stuff, though. I don't know. I like doing that. And that's the simplest of things that we really forget about. It's the simplest of actions that we forget we take that allow us to push forward. When we are in a world full of minutia, distraction, mundane practices, we forget on the smallest tendencies and criticize ourselves to the slightest of blunders. And as I said before, as a little homage to our small green friend, his philosophy in accomplishing anything was either to do it or not do it. And both of those outcomes are just as good as the other. Yet, overthinking, overcalculating, some would say building a strategy for the smallest task. Is that okay? Sure. But stressing, fretting, and obsessing over those details leads to the criticism of failure. And failure should be that stepping stone to allow for more growth. Just as in gardening, you plant a seed, you water, you allow proper sunlight, and it doesn't grow. The trying green thumb would see this as failure, as it's not in me, as a woe against my troubles. Where the practiced gardener, even the novice gardener, who still saw this as growth, merely because it is a learning experience. That learning is something that we yearn for, but are constantly bombarded by societal norms that failure is the end-all be-all. And it's, as I said, a stepping stone. You need failure to allow for a greater success. The most successful man in the world is not one who has never failed, but has failed often and kept persevering. The martial artist who cannot break a brick does not break his spirit over unmoved earth, yet fortifies mind, spirit, and body so that it can go unshattered. There's many opportunities for failure. There's greater opportunities for success. Even greater number of opportunities for success when stacked of the learning of those failures. In writing a book, you read constant works of other authors to refine your craft. Just as no man is perfect, by the examples of the rest of imperfection we can obtain a path to that perfection through every perfect imperfection. I know that's cliche, but it is prevalent. Look at nature. It is perfect because it is creation. You are perfect because you are a creation. So there is no failure, but merely learning. And taking that perspective will allow for tremendous growth. And that's what we usually all seek, is growth. Learning, empowerment, knowledge, all of these things that we deem as a trait of success is really more steps to learning. Learning who we are, learning what we are, learning why we are, learning how things interact, all coincide with the failure of observation. It does not mean there is innate failure in those structures or in those paradigms. It is merely our judgments and our observations of those same constructs that make us perceive failure. I have a few quotes for us today. Some ancient theologians, many of them are Grecian, and they stand out to me. Some are Roman, some are Grecian, and they're from the ancient world, yet so prevalent today. And it is a boon to me that we can learn from our past as well. We utilize the past to improve on the present so that the future may prove the past was done right. And in this regard, I have a couple of things I would like to read, so bear with me. By Lucius Annaeus Seneca. True happiness is to understand our duties towards God and man, to enjoy the present without anxious dependence on the future, not to amuse ourselves with either hopes or fears, but to rest satisfied with what we have, which is abundantly sufficient. And that kind of odes to what I've been saying all along. Breathing. This moment is precious. The present is a gift. So consider it the mightiest gift in which we have. I have a couple more, so bear with me. Gotta find it. Sorry. An uninstructed person will lay the fault of his own bad condition upon others. Someone just starting instruction will lay fault on himself. Some who is perfectly instructed will place blame neither on others nor on himself. That's Epictetus. Epictetus. Sorry. There was one more that I had that I wished to convey. Well, a couple more actually. By Marcus Aurelius. To read with diligence, not to rest satisfied with a light and superficial knowledge, nor quickly to assent to things commonly spoken. Also by Marcus Aurelius. It is not the actions of others which trouble us, for those actions are controlled by their governing part, but rather it is our own judgments. Therefore, remove those judgments and resolve to let go of your anger, and it will be already gone. How do you let go? By realizing that such actions are not shameful to you. That was also Marcus Aurelius. I'll leave it at that for the Stoicism today. And I merely say those to reiterate that our perception is our choice. Our judgments are what conflict the values that reside in us. Our actions are dictated by our own. So the actions of others should not dictate our reactions. And I don't remember if I've said it before, but in this world, with society crumbling in on itself as it is the reaction to misguided beliefs and actions of the many that causes the few to lose their honor. And what I mean by that is evil, devil, dark entities with chaotic energies. Seek to initiate that reaction by forcibly opposing actions to your environment. As I said before, it's not happening to you, it's happening. So, how we react to the happenings going on is what dictates how we move forward, is what dictates how our actions and outcomes are to be. But as it said, still your mind. Let go of that anger and it will be gone. Realize that it is our judgments that are preventing us from releasing that anger. It is our perception that shrouds misgivings of others. It is our choices and the reactions to each of those that shows our colors. So it is not failure that we should be afraid of, but merely our reactions to it, our judgments of that same failure, and how easily succumbing to those reactions and judgments alters our values, betrays our morals, and goes against the stillness and peace of mind that is innate in nature, that is innate in ourselves. So, I go on to say that when we are pursuant of a goal, keep strong in that pursuit. Calm seas never made a skilled sailor. Nice quote, but it's very true. Just as peace never made a diligent warrior. It is in the crucible of adversity that we mold ourselves into a more refined, capable being. Whatever that crucible may be, whatever the test, there is no failure, only gain, only insight, and only learning. Those who concede to the so-called failure are missing the grandeur of learning. They're missing the hidden knowledge behind that failure. And that's what I want to get across. And whatever we strive for, in our strivings, we only get closer. In our misgivings, we only become more devout. In the ill will that is imposed upon us, we are made stronger. A diamond is only made by tremendous pressures of the earth's coal. we are shown to have enormous potential. So therefore, access that potential. Allow yourself the growth into that potential. I won't ramble today. I'm not going to push the subject too much. We are going to see that if we embrace these concepts, we will have that which we desire. So, plant your feet once again, or if they already still are. Good. We're going to find peace in ourselves, peace in our failures, peace in our growth. Because all of these things allow us to reach that betterment we seek. So, this time, let's shake off the dust. Take that book from the bookshelf or the nightstand. Finish it. Take a deep breath. Feel your lungs. And as you exhale, assess where you are and realize there's more growth. There's more learning. There's more potential. And in this segment, we'll do deep breathing. Because we're going to let go of that anger toward ourselves. We're going to let go of the judgments that we've so harshly imposed on ourselves. We're going to let go of the sense of failure and realize growth is in all things that we do and that we strive to achieve. Deep breaths. Feel that energy flow through your feet, through your body, to your fingers till they tingle. Envelop your head with a light, wonderful easiness. Push forward in that growth and that knowledge and that striving. With each deep breath and exhale, let go of that which weighs you down. Let go of the failures that weigh on your heart. Let go.
Here are 3 reasons to start investing.
Mm-hmm. All right. Add that zest. Keep deep breathing. And as we approach each deeper breath, filling our lungs, that calming, that light, that peaceful bliss that surrounds us. We exhale those tensions. We unshackle ourselves. We pass through that void of despair, drained by the judgments in our minds. And we rise up against the blockade made by our worries and our woes and our misguided belief that we've fallen short of something. Allow yourself to be lifted from that weight. Allow yourself forgiveness. Allow yourself the freedom to finish what was started, to accomplish the goal set before you, to achieve your purpose. As we keep breathing, deep, full, loving breaths, we let that light shine in, that inner spirit radiate through us. Pull the energy from the earth and let it meet the energy from the cosmos, swirling into an awe of that inner light, letting that light envelop you in its healing warmth, in its peaceful bliss. Each breath, realize your potential. Realize your success. Realize your growth. Accept the learning. Accept the knowledge. Pass on that forgiveness. And let go of those chains that bind you. Feel yourself whole, complete, and amazing. Allow yourself to be at peace in that wholesomeness. Feel that light-hearted joy which leads you to that success, to that accomplishment, to that forgiveness of yourself. In every deep breath that we take, we let go of those tensions. We relax into a world of peaceful bliss, of loving embrace, of holy light given to us by the Spirit from within. Being in this light, nurturing, let it pass through every part of your body, flowing from the earth and the cosmos. Bring it to your hands. Form that prayer. Form that light. Form that love in your hands. Let the energy flow as a natural stream, giving life, giving love, giving abundance all that is around. Pass it through your hands into that prayer, shaping it, molding it, caring about everything and everyone. And in your hands you hold that power, that light, that love, that peace. And as you hold this, from your heart speak that deep-seated prayer, that deep-seated notion. And as you see that, as you hold it in your hand, as you give it that energy, see it fulfilled, see it made whole, become that which you aspire to be. And through this prayer, pass on that love, that light, that peace, and send it to those in need, so that the universe will pass on the greatest of blessings. I love y'all. I hope all is well. Stay blessed. Stay grounded. Stay in that light. Catch y'all next time.